Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do any regular vlogging today. I'm pretty much just thinking out loud anyways, because, you know, the catharsis of venting and talking out loud, thinking out loud and all that stuff. Because maybe, just maybe, I'll have an epiphany and be able to help the world. Not special knowledge. I know the lighting's not that good. And then I look up.
Legos or no?
This is my catharsis for February 8th, 2021. There's a lot on my mind right now, so it should be really easy to just vent and to talk a little bit about, what's going on with me. This catharsis is mostly for my personal, my own personal little diary, like Tim's log, start date 2/8/2021, and I'm here just to say about the alien species that I've encountered, and that I'm going just to do a little bit of survey and find out if there's reptilian people that are trying to take over the world, because the reptilian people are the closest thing to the demons, and the demons in the old medieval artwork look like real reptilian people with fish heads and legs that are human, and that if you take away their skin, you can find out they look like a dinosaur, but like maybe within 4 to 6 feet size dinosaur, and that if you really look into their eyes, you'll see them blink sideways and all this weird kind of stuff that's happening. And then when you like roam around on this planet Earth, when you travel through time and space to the interdimensional travel, when you go from the first dimension to the second dimension to the third dimension to the fourth dimension to the interdimensional travel, and then you find out you're only able to travel through one dimensions until you get a new spiritual transformation and your flesh is transformed to that glorified flesh that could go to multiple dimensions, and you could go from one place to the next. Like you could travel through walls and you could appear places hundreds and thousands of miles away from where you are at, and then you show up there and you do your thing, because since in eternity we will only be able to be at one place at a time. We will go from finite critters to maybe a little bit better than a finite critter, when we are just still creatures that are created, that we are eternal beings, but we're not infinite in the knowledge that even if we go to the heavenly dimensions and be with God, there's still different parts of our interaction with God based on our holy activity on earth, and being able to crucify the flesh, crucifying it, making it to be submissive to your will without this totally crazy amount of stressful situations that we will be able to resist stress? Are we going to be able to fall from thousands and thousands of miles into, these gravitational pools and hit the ground? And are we going to be able to hit the ground and not be injured, or are we going to have to consciously pay attention to the density of our human state and our density of like how we are, that we are going to go from finite flesh to maybe a eternal flesh, because we're going to get new flesh, because flesh is not bad. It's never was meant to be bad until our great grandparents made a really bad decision to listen to a liar instead of listening to the truth. But now we are able to know the difference between the truths and the lies, and we're able to siphon it out now and to make sense of it. Before, when we were never meant to know the very ideas of like space and time continuum, and we are never going to wrap our mind around it. We're only going to have to live by faith. According to the word, we live by faith, we don't live by sight. So when we put it all together and we totally just take it in, we live to the glory of God, because He is the one that is going to gift us at the end with the ultimate salvation and the ultimate transfiguration of going from fallible, corruptible flesh to a glorified flesh. So, are we going to spend our glorified flesh with God in glory, or are you going to get your glorified flesh that will not get corrupted but feel the pain and agony of the lake of fire? Because eternity is a long time. So you want to spend a conscious eternity in hell, knowing that you could have totally avoided that whole.
Yeah.